All right, guys. So I'm back here again. Your boy Price Man, aka Price Dynasty, here to talk about the 2003 Syracuse Orange. So I was there. I was watching that. I remember just watching this game live on television. So gonna do a reaction video to this, basically like a little tribute to the 2003 Syracuse Orange. And of course, I got two viewers in the back. Got a little audience here. I got Snecky Snack from the Razor Store, and of course, My Melody wearing a Rhythm hoodie. For those of you who don't know, Rhythm is her brother, and you can see her brother in the show on a guy, My Melody. Hopefully, he makes an appearance in the new My Melody and Karomi show, which is going to be on Netflix, I think, later this month. I think the 24th. But anyway, let's begin and talk about the Syracuse University. Fair use.
It's unusual at that time. Freshmen hadn't carried a team like that. Nowadays, it's not unusual, but at that time, to have two freshmen carry your team to the national championship was
Shout out to
special.
GMAC, the pride of Scranton.
First school that was recruiting me was Syracuse.
Carmelo Anthony, I went to see when he was a junior. I rarely go out during the year, but my assistant, Troy Weaver, said, Coach, you got to come see this kid.
I was about to go to the athletic director, like, we need a private plane because we need to get him down to see this game.
Once I saw Boeheim come to Baltimore, came to my neighborhood, like I just felt like it was a realness there. Like I felt like I owed him something.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the course of the day in school, it's like, oh, Syracuse is coming to the game, Boeheim is coming to the game. So I'm like, oh, like tonight's the night.
So the game starts, and he comes down, he hits a three. Then he went by the guy and pulled up and hit about a 15-footer. Then he came back and he stole the ball. He went down and dunked on two guys. And I turned to Troy, my assistant. I said, well, why weren't we down here before this?
He looked at me like, you got me seeing all these other guys. It's the best player in the country.
So he had said to me, this guy could help us win the national championship. I said, I think you might be right. He's that good. And it turned out to be one of my few good predictions.
The first time I had met Melo was at ABCD camp. I just watched him play against Lenny Cook, who was probably by most recruiting analysts the number one player in the country. And I watched Melo do what he does, and I was immediately blown away.
We knew with Jerry and Carmelo coming in, we had two great freshmen.
I remember how well he was shooting the basketball, and I'm like, oh, this is the guy that's going to Syracuse, like this little short white guy going to Syracuse. This is going to be my point guard.
The first time playing pickup over on campus as a group at Syracuse, I remember calling my father and said, the real deal. He's the real deal.
I'm going to pause it right there. So, man, just feeling all the nostalgia right now. Just really watching this game on television, and all three, they'll talk about Hakeem Warwick as well in a little bit. But those three guys, Carmelo Anthony, of course, I'm rocking the Mitchell and Ness authentic Carmelo Anthony Syracuse jersey. So I thought it was well worth it. I remember this is actually the this jersey, not this jersey, but this Syracuse jersey. Because obviously this is the Mitchell and Ness one, but the Nike one back when it first came out. My grandmother, that was the last jersey she purchased for me. We actually brought that from a Foot Locker in New York. But yeah, I love that jersey. Obviously over time it got messed up, so I'm glad that Mitchell and Ness re-released an authentic, so I can actually get another one. So I'm thankful for that. But back talking about these guys here is that man, it was just great watching them playing. And Hakeem Warwick, when you see him in a minute, all three of these guys, Jerry McNamara, Hakeem Warwick, and of course my favorite player of all time, Carmelo Anthony, actually have their numbers retired at Syracuse.
We really win the tournament. We barely beat Manhattan, a good Manhattan team. And then we played Oklahoma State, and we're down 16 in the first half.
Going into halftime, Boeheim in there, he's doing his spiel, he's yelling and breaking chalkboards and TVs. And we came out and we won that game. Then from there, like, our confidence just grew.
Warren dumps it down.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
The freshman sensation.
Syracuse team primed and destined to be a player in this Final Four. We've been dreaming about this from day one. We've been saying that freshmen can't do it. We took this team to the Final Four.
We went into the Final Four thinking we're going to win this. This is our time to do this.
Way outside, Anthony, yes sir.
Beautiful move on Ivy.
They had the Defensive Player of the Year playing here with Carmelo. He just was unstoppable, and we needed every bit of it.
Keem Warwick makes an unbelievable play along the baseline off a loose ball.
And Warwick, everybody had the
I'm not going to mention what the dunk is referred to.
Royal Ivy. I talk trash.
For those who don't know, the dunk is called the Texas Tea Bag. Again, it's the Texas Tea Bag. Fair use.
I show him all day about that.
When we first traded for Melo, that was the first thing he pointed out. Like, skinny got you.
Once he got that dunk, it was like we took their soul, like we took their heart. Like
Man, I watched this game live too.
That dunk kind of took us to a whole another level at that game. After the Texas game, I didn't sleep that night. The next day, that Sunday, I remember walking outside on Bourbon Street, just seeing everything and just taking it all in, and go back and can't sleep the night before the national championship game. Wake up in the morning, no pregame nap. I was just at an all-time high. I've never been that excited before, but at ease too. Even though I didn't sleep, I was like, let's get this game going.
I saw in the locker room before he was really excited, but he wasn't in any way nervous, which you don't expect that from a freshman.
Boeheim, at that point in time, it was, national championship. He'd been there before. When Cuse Smart hit that shot, he was pacing around, and he just wasn't himself. And I went up.
Or in 1996, when couple players got hurt and they had no chance against, I believe it was Kentucky. Yeah.
To him, I was like, Coach, don't worry, we got this. We're going to get this done.
Carmelo had told me before the game not to worry. That he had it. We had it. He said, "We've got it, Coach."
outside three.
He came to me before the game and was like, I feel it tonight. That's all he said was, I feel it tonight. And he hit the first one from deep. Then he hit another one from deep. And he looked at me and was like, I told you.
Then they went zone. And when they went zone, my eyes lit up because I know I could stretch the defense.
He is unconscious tonight. McNamara with his 6th three-pointer.
D-Mac.
When he crossed and shot from half court. So I'm like, what are you shooting that for? That's too far.
That was the feel-good shot. That was the, I made a few.
And Boeheim used to always like, Jerry, don't shoot that. Don't shoot that. In the Boeheim voice. And then when he make it, he'd be like, yeah, good job, Jerry.
Three can tie it. Heinrich with 4 seconds. Gives it up. Corner. Lee shot blocked.
Hakeem Warwick, baby.
Second to go. It's not how tall, it's how low.
Yeah, but Syracuse was up big. And Warwick missed 2 free throws. But he redeemed himself with that block. Yep, Syracuse is your national champion.
It's the only time in my life that I ran aimlessly. I didn't know where I was going. It was just pure elation. And I remember
Fair use.
Melo being on the bottom of that pile, and it wasn't him celebrating. It was him in agonizing pain because so many guys were on top of him.
I remember saying it before the game, Tony. I said, if we win, like, I do not want to be on the bottom of the pile. I remember saying that we all laughing, and it just so happened I'm on the bottom of the pile. But like that moment, I can see why Jerry was always chasing that, because that's a feeling that it don't come around often.
Coach was so close a few times, and there were so many great players that was as rewarding as anything was to win it for Coach.
When you're not ranked preseason and you can get to the Final Four, would have been a heck of a year. But to win it, to see them celebrate was great.
We never believed that we had a shot. So for us to come in as freshmen to winning it all, like, that meant a lot. I think that made that year a little bit more special.
Thank you, Syracuse.